Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So yeah, in this video I'm going to be doing a run through of all of the Blu-ray and 4K pickups that I got for the month of October 2022. So yeah, that being said, going to get straight into it and kick it off with the first couple of titles. So yeah, the first title I got this month was a sequel to a movie I picked up either last month or a couple of months ago. I haven't seen this one yet, and that is Ghoulies 2. I have no idea how bad or good this movie is. I've never seen this one before, but if the first one was anything to go by, I assume this is going to be absolutely terrible, but entertaining all at the same time. So yeah, that is Ghoulies 2. Next, I picked up a movie. I was going to pick this up initially, but I was waiting for the price to come down. It's a kids movie, but I don't know anything about it. I just remember seeing some interviews with some of the cast members at the time, so I picked up Clifford the Big Red Dog. This was dirt cheap, and I just thought, why not? I'll give this one a go. So yeah, that is Clifford the Big Red Dog. Next, I picked up a couple of titles from the Mubi label. So the first one I got was a film by Paul Verhoeven. I haven't seen either of these yet, so I don't really know anything as to what, in terms of plot, what these movies are like. So I picked up Bernadetta. And I picked up Pleasure as well. Got no idea what the movies are about, what they entail, but I thought I'd pick them up just as a part of that label. I'm really enjoying the films I've seen on that label so far. So next up, I got a movie from the MCU, and that is, of course, Thor, Love and Thunder. If you want to know my thoughts about this, I did a video on all the MCU movies up to Thor, Love and Thunder. So yeah, the only thing I'll say about it is that I've slapped the case in one of these standard Amaray ones instead of the crap, poor quality blue ones we're getting from Disney at the minute. So yeah, just pick this one up just because it's an MCU movie. It's not the greatest, but yeah, it's entertaining on some level. Next up, I picked up a bootleg. I got this film off of eBay, and it's a Disney Plus movie that came out this year, and that is Prey. I had a really good time with this film, thought it was pretty good, and just happy to get it on physical. So yeah, that is Prey. Next up, I picked up a horror film that came out earlier on in this year, and I've got to say 2022 for me is really killing it with the horror movies that we've been getting. So this is with Ethan Hawke. This is The Black Phone. A real surprise for me, this film. Absolutely enjoyed it. Just thought it was great. Really creepy in parts. And it sort of had this 70s Stranger Thing vibe to it. And I just really enjoyed it. I had an absolute blast with it. So yeah, that is The Black Phone. Next up, I picked up some new releases this week. So the first one I got was Red Rocket. I've not actually watched this one yet, but I believe it's about this porn star who sort of is like, I guess he's retired and he's coming back to his hometown and the people aren't really too kind to him. That's all I really maybe know about this film. But yeah, looking forward to checking this one out when I get around to it. Next up, I watched Brian and Charles. I'd seen a lot of buzz about this film. People say they really enjoyed it. I thought this movie was okay. I thought the character of Brian in the opening of the movie, he just really pissed me off, to be honest. He just really got on my nerves. But as the movie went on, I did sort of warm to him and the robot Charles. I just had a particularly good time in the second half, and it made me chuckle as well. So yeah, that is Brian and Charles. And next up, I picked up Where the Crawdads Sing. This movie was quite long in the tooth, to be honest with you, but my word, it was visually stunning, just breathtaking in parts. Really nice scenery in this film and really well shot. So yeah, that's Where the Crawdads Sing. Next I picked up a steelbook of a movie written by John Hughes. I ordered 2 movies written by him, this one and Some Kind of Wonderful, but that one hasn't arrived yet. So the one that I got was Pretty in Pink. I think this movie's pretty good. I sort of like it more and more each time I watch it. but I'm glad to upgrade this to Blu-ray. And in a steelbook as well, it was only £15 off Amazon. So yeah, that is Pretty in Pink. Also picked up 2 movies directed by John Hughes as well, and written by him, off the Arrow label. So I upgraded to Blu-ray Weird Science and 16 Candles. And yeah, I have fun with these films. They're pretty good. They're not my favourite from John Hughes. I sort of prefer, like The Breakfast Club and Planes, Trains and Automobiles and Ferris Bueller. But yeah, they're good additions to his work, I'd say. This next movie I picked up because I wanted to get this movie to sort of go alongside The Outsiders, the Francis Ford Coppola movie. And this was another movie that feels very, very much in the same vein. It was also directed by him, and I think it was directed in the same year. Has pretty much a near identical cast as well. So I picked up off the Eureka label Rumblefish, and yeah, it's sort of like a black and white version of The Outsiders to me. And I just think the 2 movies go hand in hand, and I had a blast watching them back to back. So yeah, that is Rumblefish. And I also picked up one of my favourite Winona Ryder movies on Blu-ray. I wanted to upgrade it to Blu-ray for the longest time because I just had the DVD, but for me the upgrade wasn't actually that big of a leap. You can only get this on Region 1 as well. So I picked up Mermaids on Blu-ray, and I have a great time with this film. I just think it's really charming and really nice. So yeah, that is Mermaids. So coming up next, I'm going into some of like the special edition Blu-rays that I picked up this month. So the first couple we've got from the Arrow label. And the first movie I've got is David Cronenberg's Crash, in this nice special edition box set. I wasn't the biggest fan of this movie the first time I saw it, and it's been a long time since I've seen it. It's probably been well over 10 years since I first watched it. So I just thought, you know what, I'll give it another go, see if my opinion's changed. Haven't actually got to watching it yet, but as I've been collecting the sort of Arrow special editions lately, and this one was on the label and in this nice box set, I just thought I'd pull the trigger on it. Got it fairly cheap as well. So yeah, that is Crash. And the next box set from Arrow I picked up was the Ring collection. I'd only seen the first one prior to viewing these movies. I still think the first one's really good. It's a bit of a slow burn, but I think that ending really, really packs a punch. And the second one and the third one, which I think is a prequel, I thought they were okay. I thought they were fine. They weren't anything great. They weren't a patch on the original for me, but I still enjoyed them for what they were. So yeah, that is the Ring collection. Next up, I've been picking up a couple of titles from 88. So yeah, the first one that I got was a pre-order of a movie I hadn't seen anything about. And this is actually my first movie watching with Cynthia Rothrock. I knew she was like a big action star in the 80s, but I haven't actually seen anything that she was in. So the first one I picked up was Righting Wrongs, and I've got to say, I had an absolute stellar blast with this movie. It was just so much fun. Really, really awesome action movie that just ticked all the boxes for me. And I had a great time with it. I actually gave a shit when people actually died in this film, and it's just got some of the most brutal scenes in it. To be honest, it's like they're not brutal on a surface level, but when you really think about them, it's like, wow, oh my god. But yeah, I just had a stellar time with it and just thought it was really, really fun. So yeah, that is Righting Wrongs. Next up, off the same label, I picked up Robotrix. I just really, really don't know what to say about this film, to be honest. It was just trying to squeeze in as tightly as you could, as much as batshit insanity, and pretty much trying to cram it all inside a jar and put the lid on. And it was just action, over the top acting, nudity. It was just all crammed into this film, and it's just overload. But it's entertaining to boot, to say the least. That's all I can really say about it. It's just absolutely batshit and just one hell of a time. So yeah, that is Robotrix. Next up, off the same label, I picked up On the Run. This one was okay for me. It wasn't as good as Right and Wrongs, but I still enjoyed it. Still thought it was a good time. I'm glad to have it in the collection. So yeah, that is On the Run. And the last sort of solo movie from '88 that I picked up was Jackie Chan in Armor of God. Yeah, I thought this movie was pretty good. Really, really enjoyed it. I sort of picked this up off the heels of watching the Police Story trilogy in 4K. I thought I'd check this movie out. I thought it was good. It wasn't as good as the Police Story movies for me, but I still enjoyed it nonetheless. So yeah, that is Armor of God. Next up, I picked up a series of box sets that '88 have been putting out, and these films aren't great. They're not good, but I've got to say the work that's gone into these boxes is just absolutely phenomenal. So the first one we got was the Species box set. I hope that's coming across on the camera okay. So this contains Species 1 to 4. Yeah, I've got to say the first one's watchable, gets a pass for me. 2, I was worried I was going to hate. I actually really enjoyed 2. I had a good time with 2. 3 and 4 were absolutely diabolical. They were just complete write-offs for me. They were just terrible. But I really, really enjoy the first 2. I enjoyed the first one. I have fun with it. And I got a kick out of the second one. Not a good movie by any means, but I thought it was entertaining. And 3 and 4 were just absolute dross. So yeah, that is the Species box set. Next up, I got the Anaconda box set as well. Yeah, I grew up with the first film. I saw that movie at an age when I didn't really know terrible movies existed, and yeah, it's fun. It's a good watch. It's over the top. It's silly. It's got a great cast. There's a brutal scene in it which I did not pick up on as a kid for me, but watching it as an adult, I was mortified. But yeah, they were. It's good fun. It's good fun. I didn't mind the second one either. I thought that was okay. 3 and 4, absolute dire. Don't waste your time on them. But yeah, I just thought these box sets they just look stellar, and they're worth getting just for the first film alone. So yeah, that is Anaconda. Next up, we've got the Urban Legends trilogy. Again, this is it's following suit. Shall we say? The first one's okay, it's passable, and the sequels are absolutely awful. But again, '88 just really, really do a stellar job with the artwork on these sets. It's got to be said. I would love to see '88 pick up something like Lake Placid or Starship Troopers. I think that would absolutely be a great direction to go in with these sets. And the third one I picked up, this one's actually quite hard to find now, and I did have to pay a pretty penny for it. There is a standard trilogy, which just all 3 discs just come in one standard Amaray, and I was just like, I can't have that. I have to pull the trigger on the set to match the others. So we've got the I Know What You Did Last Summer box set. Yeah, this one's really quite difficult to get hold of now. Again, I think the first one's okay. I think the second one's okay too. The third one was just someone was robbing me of my time. I just felt when watching that film. But yeah, it's good for what they are. The box sets just look really nice, and this is just a fun slasher from the '90s, just a throwaway horror film. So yeah, that is the I Know What You Did Last Summer box set. And I think that pretty much concludes all of the Blu-rays for this month. So I'm going to head into the 4Ks now. And the first one I picked up was a new release. I had a blast with this at the cinema. Really, really enjoyed this film. I know a lot of people have been complaining that it doesn't come with a slipcover, and I kind of get that. You sort of expect slipcovers with big title releases like these nowadays. So that is Bullet Train. I really, really enjoyed this film. I just had a blast with it. I was hoping Nope was going to come out as well this month, but unfortunately we've got to wait a little bit longer for that. Because these were just 2 movies I remember seeing at the cinema fairly similar time, and just really, really enjoying them. And yeah, Bullet Train was just fun for me. Great cast, great action, and a really, really fun third act. So yeah, that is
Bullet Train. Next up, I picked up another title off the Arrow label, and this is of course this is a 4K release that I had on pre-order. And I know there's a couple of editions of this going around. I think there's an Arrow exclusive one, maybe. But for me, I just got the standard one, and that is David Cronenberg's Videodrome. Had this movie on DVD for the longest time. I haven't seen it in HD. But yeah, I just picked this one up, and I went with the alternate artwork as well on the Amaray. And yeah, this is a really, really cool sort of violent 80s movie that probably has a more profound message, shall we say, that holds true today. But yeah, I just really, really like this movie. I just have a great time with it. It's one of my favourite Cronenberg ones. And I think Deborah Harry and James Woods are just really, really good in the film. So yeah, that is Videodrome. And next up, from 88, picked up a new release from them this year, and that is Drive on 4K. I had a great time with this. Sort of similar to Righting Wrongs. It was just a fun action movie, and I just really, really got a kick out of it. Obviously, it's got the same title as the Ryan Gosling movie. It came out back in 2011, I think. And yeah, they're two great movies. This one I just really, really enjoyed. Just over the top silliness, and really, really got a kick out of it. So yeah, that is Drive. So yeah, speaking of over the top silliness, I also picked up on 4K. I was dying to get this to go along with my 4K Red Heat, and that is Raw Deal with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Over the top silly action from Schwarzenegger. It was just classic Arnie. And yeah, I just dig this movie. Really, really fun. And yeah, just really, really get a kick out of it. It's not one of his best ones. Don't expect Terminator or Total Recall or quality of that standard. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun. And a good time. Good little throwaway action movie. So yeah, that is Raw Deal. Next up, I picked up a movie off eBay. I think I was lucky to get this for a decent price, because I think I know this edition of it sold out now. And I've got to say, I was a bit put off by the IMDb score. I think this movie had like a 6.6 or a 6.7. And I put it off. I didn't want to give it a watch too soon. But I kind of regret that now, because I've got to say I adored this film. I thought it was great. And that is The Guest. So I picked this up on Second Sight. This is the box set, where you get like the 4K, the Blu-ray, and the soundtrack. And I've got to tell you, I was really, really impressed with this film. I just thought it was absolutely fantastic. Just had a great time with it. Yeah, it was just awesome in every sense of the word. I thought the action in it was great. I thought this character was just really, really unhinged as the movie went along, and he's just really, really creepy. And yeah, I've just got to say, it was awesome. I really, really enjoyed it. I didn't know what the direction the movie was going to go in, and yeah, I just thought it was great. Can't praise it enough. So yeah, that is The Guest. And next up, I picked up a fairly new release now. I don't know whether down the line I'm going to be annoyed at myself that I picked this up, because I said a couple of videos ago that I wasn't going to pick up any more of the sequels, and I've seen people's videos and doing unboxings of this set, and I caved. I was weak. I had no willpower over this. This is a box set that contains a couple of sequels, and I've picked up some of the others as well. I'm still waiting for them to arrive, but this is the tail end of the franchise. So I picked up the 4K collection of Halloween 1995 to 2002. I will probably be getting rid of this box. Certainly won't be using it. I probably won't get rid of it, but I certainly won't be using it moving forward. So yeah, this contains Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween H20, and the absolutely dire Halloween Resurrection. Yeah, I was just blown away by these sets, to be honest with you guys. I really, really was. I think Screen Factory have just done a fantastic job with them, and I'm waiting to pick up Well, I'm waiting to arrive Halloween 4 and 5. Just because I just think they just look phenomenal together on the shelf, and I just thought, why not pick them up? You only live once, just enjoy them. So yeah, even though the quality of the movies aren't the best, that can't be said for this next film though. Unfortunately, this movie has buckets of quality to it, and this is my last pickup of the month, and this just arrived probably maybe about an hour ago before filming this video, and I was worried it wasn't going to come in time, but it just has, because I was expecting it to arrive tomorrow. And it is the Steelbook of Top Gun Maverick. Contender for best film of the year for me, this movie. I think it's the closest we'll ever get to probably being on one of those jet planes. When you watch this film, particularly on 4K, I've had a skim through of some of the scenes, and my word, it just looks breathtaking. It sounds breathtaking as well. And yeah, we all know sort of the significance of this film this year, with its involvement with cinema, getting people back into, the big screen. It's just a phenomenal film. It really, really is, guys. If you've not seen it, do yourself a favour, pick it up as soon as you can, because it just really, really, it blew me away. I wasn't expecting it to be good. A Top Gun sequel on paper for me, I would have never have said that's contender for best picture of the year for me. But this movie really, really is. It really does deliver, and it's a cracking steelbook as well. Really, really like the look of this film, and yeah, I just think it's phenomenal. Absolutely cracking movie. So yeah, that is Top Gun Maverick. So yeah, guys, those are all of my Blu-ray and 4K pickups for the month of October 2022. So yeah, going to leave the video there, guys, and say thanks very much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.